So what is a media mockup? A media mockup is just a fancier way of saying create a rough draft of what visuals you want to include in the final course product. If you have the actual graphics, then great. You can throw them into your storyboard. But if you don't have them, use something similar to show what you want it to look like, and then you can figure out your graphics later. To do this, you can draw inspiration from the internet. But remember, you can't just use images freely this way unless an image is public domain. Or you can simply use Paint to draw what you want your media to look like, or use Word or PowerPoint to create it using shapes, lines, or SmartArt graphics. You could also use a program like Canva to create some mockups. I use the free version of Canva, and they do have several free images that you can use to create mockup images, or even the real thing if you are feeling creative. So here are a few examples of my media mockups that I used while creating the storyboard for this online course. Notice that because I have text and graphics in layers here using PowerPoint animations, the mockups appear to be overlapping graphics and text. But that's okay, because once the animations are applied in the actual course, you do not see this. This is just at the back end. So since I use Canva a lot for graphics, I thought I'd do a short demo of how this can be done to create an image or a mock-up image for your storyboard. So I'm going to back out of this presentation right now and show you that. So here we are in Canva. So it's just canva.com. You can set up a free account and then you can start designing. So just for the sake of argument, I'm going to just choose this blog title graphic. It already has a set size here, but you can also use custom dimensions if you want, and you can insert your width and your height in pixels or in millimeters or in inches. So there is a lot of choice there. So I'm going to just click on this. And I'm going to show you how you could maybe create like some sort of blog image. And then we could write on it in words, online course creation, just as an example. So first of all, you'd start with a template. Now there are some templates that are already, you can see on the left-hand side here, already created. And there are a lot of free ones. So if you want it to look like something like this, and then you can just change the graphics and the text. Or you could also go to, like if you scroll down even further, sometimes you have to scroll quite a ways. You can have your own, there's a lot of other types of templates. So here they are here. So they're just blank. So you can just have a single or many different ways of breaking up the slide. But let's just try one of the free ones and we'll just modify it and put in some graphics. So I'm just going to choose, let's just choose this first one here. So I'm going to change this graphic here in the background because I don't want that. So I'm just going to delete that out. And you can go to elements over here and you can then search for photos, grids, frames, shapes, lines, illustrations, icons, charts. So there's a lot of different things you can search for there. And there are a lot of free things. Now, if you do want more to choose from, you either have to pay for it, and you'll see a lot of them say $1 US, or you can sign up for their pro version. But there are a lot of free images here. So let's just choose one that represents something to do with course creation. So I could just type in the search field, laptop. So I could then see a lot of images with laptops. So let's just choose this one, for instance. And then I just drag it and it will go into place because I already have the layout there. So that could be our backdrop image. And we want to change this. So we'll change that to online course creation. And the font's quite big, so I think we'll change that. There we go. And we could leave it with that actual font that they used here, or if you could change it to your font that you use for your brand. So if I were to do that, I could change it to Open Sans. There we go. Okay, so now I need to reduce that a little more. Or you could just, it's almost, there, I'll just replace it there. Okay, and you might want to have a subtext here. Online course creation, 10 tips for creating an epic online course, for example. And I'm going to change that also to the font I want. And I'm just going to make that a little smaller. And I'll make it fit on 2 lines just because we have a lot of text there. And then you can see these lines that are coming up to help you line things up the way you want. So things are in line, so I might want to line it up like that. And then I could put here, oops. So I could put my website there, and I'm going to change that font to, we're not going to have it all caps. And I'm going to change that to be quite a bit smaller. And I might want to change the colors too. So you can do a lot of things. So you can place that there, or I could maybe bring that down here. So it's whatever you think looks the best for what you're trying to do, but there's a lot of choice here with Canva. Okay, but I'm just doing a simple example just to show you how this could be done. Okay, so I'm just going to center this right here because it's not quite centered. And let's say we wanted to change the color of something to our branding color. So let's change the color of this text right here. So I'm just going to go up to this box right here and I'm going to change it to blue. And or if you didn't have that already set, you could just go up here and go to the plus sign here, and then you can type in if you know the code, or you can just select from the color wheel here. That's it. So I think I'm pretty much satisfied with this at the moment. So we'll just go over here and save that. And then we can download it. So we go up to the right here and click download. And it recommends PNG, so we're going to stick with that, but there are other options here. If you were going to print it, you might want PDF. But if it's for your website, you're going to want PNG. So then we click download. And you get to read a quote every time. Here, they put a nice little quote there for you to read. Inspirational. And there we go. There's your image. So now it's time to go try another knowledge check question, and then I'll summarize this lesson.